Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Harmonie Krieger on the line, and she's founder over at Pop Your Shop. Harmonie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Adam. I'm so excited to be here.
So I'm excited to get into what you're doing over at Pop Your Shop and how you're providing those pop-up experiences for brands. But before we do that, let's get a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in business and in your career?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I think I caught the entrepreneurial bug at around age 12. I was babysitting for kids after school, and then the mom started asking me to plan their birthday parties. So I went literally from a babysitter to an event planner within the matter of minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this. I love to kind of organize all of, the desserts and the music and the kids' activities, and just really honestly putting a smile on other people's faces is what lights me up. And that was the moment where I said, I have to do this forever. I just have to continue creating these alive human connection, amazing experiences that people will walk away and feel so great about themselves. So
that's great.
After that, yeah, it's funny because I actually think about when I was in college, I went to Syracuse University, and back then, my favorite course was entrepreneurship, but it was just beginning to become popular. So are like the Howard Schultz book from Starbucks. I mean, that was the book that we were given to read. And after reading that, I said, I have to work for myself. And that was, so it's been a very, I would say a series of events that have led me to this place. I've definitely worked for other companies before, and they've all actually have given me, an experience that has led me to work on my own. So I'm super grateful to be here where I am right now, but I would not be here without going through all of those different moments on my journey.
That's awesome. And there's some younger entrepreneurs that are maybe just getting started. I mean, they're probably not the age of when you became an event planner. I don't know if there's any 12-year-olds listening, but maybe they're just graduating college, or they're just kind of getting their feet wet on their first entrepreneurial venture. What kind of advice would you give to the new entrepreneur? Obviously, now having the benefit of many years under your belt of being an entrepreneur, and we all learn from the ups and downs and everything in between. What kind of advice would you give to that new entrepreneur that's just out there and kind of just getting their feet wet in the business, obviously now having the benefit of hindsight?
Yes. I mean, honestly, it's literally listening to your intuition. Whatever drives you, whatever that passion is inside of you is your gift. And if you listen to that gift, it will always lead you to the right direction. And I think back then, a lot of us, obviously, we have some fear around being on our own, working for a 9-to-5 and graduating college and really being in that position. How am I going to pay my bills if my parents don't support me or give me any money? It's me. I'm on my own. And the easy route, I wouldn't say that's an easy route to go straight to a 9-to-5, but it does take a lot of risk to go on your own. But if you trust yourself, I would say the best piece of advice is to listen to that fire in your belly and listen to your gut saying, I could do this. Because I will tell you that no matter what the obstacle is, the universe will support you and you will find a way to push up and through and be a success. Believe in yourself is my number one piece of advice.
That's awesome. Harmonie, let's switch it up a bit. I want to get into Pop Your Shop. So first, tell us a little bit more about the business, please.
Yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, Pop Your Shop is, it's just such a fun, full-service agency. We specialize in helping brands pop up in various locations. So whether it's a product or a service, the idea is really to increase awareness and create that buzz around that product. So as you know, you can buy everything online, right? 60 to 70%, probably 80% of the shopping nowadays are done online. We know Amazon, and we know all the bigwigs, and that old sort of brick and mortar retail model is sort of dying, and it's really a risk to go into those long-term leases. So pop-up shops are so amazing because there's really low risk in going into a short-term lease. Whether that's popping up in a storefront for a weekend, a day, a month, or we pop up at an event or a winery or a warehouse or something where we can take over to create that buzz around the product. And it's really to kind of get the name out there for the brand. So I work with brands in fashion, beauty, wellness, hospitality, tech. You name it, we pop it up. So everything from A to Z in the sort of in the process of pop up. So we could really be, we could create the space for you. We could find the space for you. We bring in designers and we outsource and allocate all of everything that you need in order to pop up. But then we also offer a la carte services. So for instance, if you have a product and you already have a design around it, could come in and we can fill in those gaps of what you might need to create that pop-up shop. And it's so cool because if all of these retail stores that are going out of business and that you see vacant, it's room for all these brands to come in and showcase their new products or services to consumers. So it's been such an amazing journey to kind of see the vision of what these brands have in mind and then bringing that vision to life. Because as you know, every single brand has a different vision as to what they want it to look like.
No, I love it. And I love the format.
Well, the other thing that we also do is we work and collaborate with impactful social influencers. And that really drives the traffic. So it's almost like, one entity is how we're going to pop it up, but then how are we going to get people there, right? And especially in Los Angeles, everybody's driving in their cars. So, we do pop-ups all over. We do them, New York, London, here, but the majority in Los Angeles, everybody's driving. So how do we get people to come into the pop-up shop if they're not just driving by it? So we partner with influencers that could bring consumers in. So let's just say one of our beauty influencers that has, a YouTube channel with 5 million followers, and she says that she's going to be hosting the beauty pop-up on Melrose Place, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, we have 5,000 people that want to go because they follow her. So we really work to find the right niche influencer for that brand and collaborate with them to host different events at the pop-up.
So Harmonie, I've been looking for you and everybody else in LA that's listening to this. The person that's responsible for those long lines in the middle of nowhere when you're like, what is everybody? It's Harmonie. She's hosting a pop-up. I get it now. I've been filling the outside.
And that's it, Adam. And you know what?
It's true.
And you know what those lines do. And you'll see them outside of Supreme, right? It's all because a new sneaker is dropping. And I do want to say that in this time of social media and where we are inundated with information, we are craving human connection more and more. So what is better than having those amazing lines where people could talk and collaborate and connect? It's kind of like a live LinkedIn. Actually, that's a new idea. Let's just do LinkedIn pop-ups now that I'm thinking about it, where you actually get to network and you get to talk to people in these pop-ups that are like-minded, and you never know who you're going to meet. It's kind of like a dating service as well. That's going to be my next entity, pop-up dating services.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So Harmonie, if somebody's listening to this and they're like, oh, now I understand who creates lines, how we create these pop-ups. Now we have a contact. Harmonie, what's the right kind of niche / size company? What's your sweet spot in terms of the type of company that you like to work with? So if they're listening and they know that they're the ones that should be reaching out to you.
Yes. We work with all brands, but I love innovative brands that are going from online to off, like the ones that are just coming out with those new services and products. I've been seeing a lot of superfood products and health and wellness where they're doing these festivals and now they want to pop up stores. They have a little, let's say a little table at a festival and they're like, oh my God, let's do a pop-up. We become so popular. I've seen this a lot with the superfood space. The wellness smoothies and the hydration products and services as well. So I feel like the sweet spot is just when you have an innovative product and you want to bring it to market. You want to give somebody that live human experience to touch and feel it. That really is our sweet spot. So we like working with new boutique brands. We're open to everything, but we really like to create innovative experiences around that particular product. So people leave feeling good and just feeling like, wow, I came out of that pop-up not only wanting to purchase the product, but it's the way it made me feel when I left.
No, I love it. And what I think is also interesting is that now it doesn't matter. Like, so I've seen small brands do this, and then I've seen some of the largest brands out there. I remember going, what was it, last year? Maybe it was a year ago already. Maybe it was a year or two ago now that I remember. On 3rd Street Promenade, that huge like Taylor Swift pop-up of lines that was there forever. And I'm like, and I still remember that 2 years ago from walking by or however long ago it was. So it doesn't. So for the companies listening. For small companies, it's impactful. For large companies, I mean, that pop-up was sponsored by AT&T. I still remember it, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, my gosh.
Absolutely.
An AT&T pop-up, that's huge.
I know, exactly. And, Amazon are doing their pop-ups as well. They have one in Santa Monica Place. And see, that's the idea. So what's beautiful about this, too, for all of the companies that are listening, when you have something and you want to test it out on a short-term basis to get feedback, to get the consumer's reaction, you can always change it up. So if a product isn't working and you're thinking that you want to switch it out, that's a beautiful way to test it, because right then and there, it's basically like a live focus group. So you kind of get their feedback right on site, and then you can actually change that out, every week or however long your pop-up could be. That's the beauty of short-term leases. So you create that buzz now. Also, it's a buy it now mentality, which means it's here today, gone tomorrow. So you get to get all of that beautiful access now, whereas next week product may not be there anymore.
Awesome. So Harmonie, if somebody's listening to this and they do want more information on Pop Your Shop, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Yeah, so a great way to reach out is a direct message on Instagram at Pop Your Shop. So that's POPYOURSHOP. Also, send me a direct email. It's always the quickest as well. And it's just Harmonie, HARMONIE, at popyourshop.com. So that's the quickest response. And as somebody that's on social media all the time, I promise that I will get to your direct message within 24 hours. How about that?
That's awesome.
And also, being it's season, whether it's with Christmas or Valentine's Day or any other holiday popping up, we can also work in really short time frames. So if you wanted to pop up a space very quickly, we really have great access to finding those spaces, influencers, and connecting all of the dots for you.
That's perfect. Well, hey, Harmonie, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background as an entrepreneur and all the great work you're doing over at Pop Your Shop. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, share with your friends, your family, your coworkers, all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Harmonie, thanks again for coming on the show.